since it is a discussion class, you guys are uh, advised to solve the questions on your own. And in case you have any difficulty in some question, then we can discuss it there, here. Okay. So is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir, we can see you.
Okay, so let me try it. So are you able to see what I'm writing?
Yes, sir. Tutorial.
Just a second, there is some trouble. It is not happening. Just a second. Let me disconnect and I will get back to you in a minute. So is there any doubt in the theory class? Then we can discuss them first. Hello. Am I audible to you guys?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir,
So
you are audible.
is there any doubt in the theory class? Like today we need to discuss problems related to bisection method and somehow Newton's method. So if you guys have any kind of query or doubt, you can ask me. We can discuss that first. See, you you guys have to at least say yes or no, right? Then only I will be able to know whether you have doubts or you don't have. If you guys do not have any kind of doubt, we can proceed to exercise sheet. But you guys have to tell me. It is not a physical interaction class. I can't see your faces, right?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So please open your exercise sheet and start. Have you solved your exercise sheet before coming into the lecture?
Yes, sir. Some questions.
Yes, sir. Starting few questions.
Okay. So that is very nice of you. So question number one, is there any doubt in question number one, A, B, C, any part? If you guys have solved it,
Sir, 1A.
one A. Okay.
I can solve.
You were able to solve.
सर वन डाउट सर है सर इसमें मैं पूछना चाह रहा हूँ सर जो टॉलरेंस है ना ये एक्यूरेट विद इन 10⁻²।
Yes.
तो सर जो सर हम न्यू इंटरवल बनाते हैं बाइसेक्शन में कि पहले x0 x1 देन x1 x2 इस टाइप से, तो
Yes.
उसमें जो एरर होती है वो एब्सोल्यूट एरर लेते हैं या रिलेटिव एरर लेते हैं?
Absolute error.
एब्सोल्यूट एरर,
So
ओके सर.
here the thing is they are saying that we want to find number of iteration so that the tolerance should be less than. So what do we take as such? So we want to have xk plus 1 minus x star. Okay, so sorry. So if I am saying x star is my exact solution, okay, and xn is my approximate solution at nth iteration. Then we are here to find xn minus x star. So we want it to be less than 10 to the power minus 2. Okay. So in the first question number one, Okay, yes, say.
So while in calculation, uh,
Yes.
at what digit we should include?
I didn't get you. What does it mean?
So like if we are calculating x1, x2, x3, then
Yes.
in calculation, up to which digit we should consider?
Which decimal you mean to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, since we are here to find at least 10 to the power minus 2 accurate solution, so we will look for at least decimal up to 4 places. So what do I mean to say? 0.1234. At least 4 decimal places we need to have with us.
Okay, sir.
So in question number A1, A part, what is the number of iteration you guys are getting?
Sir, 7 iteration.
7 iteration. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so it was pretty easy, right? What we are doing here is just b minus a upon n should be less than epsilon, right? That is what we are doing.
Sir, in this
Yes.
question, we have to find the value of f of xn, or just we need to find n.
Solution grid. No, you just need to find xn.
Xn.
Yes, you need to find the xn so that xn
Okay.
is accurate up to 2 decimal places. And let me correct it. It should
So,
be b minus a upon 2 to the power n,
No.
right?
sir, we have to build a table and calculate all the values.
Yes, you have to. So what is your x7 coming in question number 1 A part? See, in all the 3 cases, we have to find x7, right? Because in all the cases, the length of the interval is 1 only. So I think we should try at least one question in the tutorial session. So which part should we try here? A, B or C?
Sir, C.
Okay. So let us start with question number 1 C part. So it is saying your function f of x is equal to 2x into cos 2x minus x plus 1 whole square, right? So I'm taking the initial interval, my a is equal to minus 3 and b is equal to minus 2. So what will be my x naught? It will be nothing but minus 3 plus minus 2 upon 2. Okay, we have to find f of a and f of b also.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Sir, sir, please zoom your screen. It's not clear.
Okay. Is it fine now?
Yes.
सर ब्लर सा आ रहा है एकदम.
Blur aa raha hai. Okay, let me stop
It
presenting and
might be
start
from
it
your
again.
side.
सर मेरे में सही आ रहा है.
It, yes, sir.
Okay, so it
Yes,
might
sir.
be some connection issue on your side.
You must have some issue.
So okay, let me apologize first for my handwriting. My handwriting is really very poor. So please bear with me for my handwriting. If you don't understand something, please stop me there only and ask. Okay. So f of minus 3 will come out to be 9 point minus 9.761, which is less than 0, and f of minus 2 is 1.6146, which is greater than 0. So bisection methods guarantee one solution in minus 3 comma minus 2, right? So I'm writing it to be my a,
Yes, sir.
it to be my b. So my x naught will be minus 3 plus minus 2 upon 2,
Minus
which is
2.5.
minus 2.5. Very good. And what is my f of x naught?
Minus 1.6683 something.
No, it is coming out to be minus 3.6683 probably. Okay, हो सकता है maybe I have made some mistake. So we know that it is something less than 0, right? So it is the plus point of bisection method. We don't really need an explicit value for f of x. If we are just having the sign, correct sign, then we are through, right? So probably it can be minus 3.6683 or minus 1.6683, but it is less than 0, right?
Yes, sir.
So what will be my new a?
Minus
minus 3.
2.5.
Right, and b is minus 2.
Minus 2.
So what will be my x2
Minus 2.25.
and f of x2? Okay, as per my calculation, it is coming out to be 0.6139. Which is again less than 0. Okay, so now again my a will be
minus 2.25.
right, and b is again minus 2. So continuing in this way, please solve at your own and tell me what will be my x of 7, because we know that we want our b minus a is just 1 and 2 to the power n should be less than 10 to the power minus 2. So n should be greater than 6 point something. So we want to have the 7th iteration, right? This is what we do when we are doing the bisection method. How many iteration will surely guarantee me. So it is not the smallest n. So it can be possible that after 6th iteration we can have our root. So 10 to the power minus 2, the error should might be less than 10 to the power minus 2 even in the 6th iteration, because it is the maximum number. After 7th iteration at least we should get our solution up to 10 to the power minus 2 close. So tell me what is x7 coming as per you guys, and forget about x7. Tell me all the iterations. Say x3, x4, x5, x6 and x7. You guys are aware that the calculator will be allowed in this exam, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can use the calculator instead of doing all the calculation on yourself. And please get back
Sir,
to me with the
normal
answer.
calculator or scientific calculator?
I think scientific calculator might be allowed.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Normal calculator can solve like cos.
See, normal calculator
But
will be
if
definitely allowed, but
evaluate sine 4.5, then how in normal calculator?
yes, that's why most
Yes,
most
That's
of the
why we
calculator
need.
might be allowed.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
So that is not the cause of concern at present. At present, you are allowed to use any kind of calculator you want. because at present we are here to understand the concept and how to apply that. Are we having our x7 till now? Okay, but it's x3 coming.
Minus 2.1125. Minus 2.125.
And sine of f of x3,
Greater than 0.
right? So x4,
Minus 2.0625.
2.0625. Let me check. So our f of x2 is less than 0. No, how it can be minus 2.0625? Because now my a will be minus 2.25 and b will be minus 2.125, right?
We will change. Sorry.
Minus
Minus
2.1875.
2.1875.
Minus 2.1875, right? A is my minus 2.25 and b is my minus 2.125. And sine of f of x4 is,
Greater than 0.
right? So my new a will be,
Minus 2.25.
and b is minus 2.1875. So x5 is coming out to be,
What's that?
that will be x5 now.
Minus 2.2187.
Minus 0.2187. And f of x5 again.
Negative.
So what will be my new a?
Minus 2.21875.
And b is minus 2.1875, right? So I think the concept is clear now. Ki what should be a, what should be b.
Yes, sir.
So continuing in this way, we can find x6 and x7, right? So can you assume that question number 1, all the three parts are now clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So proceed to question number 2. So please read the question and tell me, can you do it on yourself now? And but just tell me what should be my f of x and what should be my initial data a and b and my n, number of iteration. Tell me these three things.
So fx equals to x minus 2 sin x,
Right?
a equals to 0, and b equals to 1.
B is equal to 1. Do you think that we can find a solution here?
Yes, sir.
बट इससे सर नंबर ऑफ इटरेशंस बहुत आएंगे सर. सर if we select a equal to 1.8 and b equal to 2.
Okay. Then the number of iteration will be less.
Yes, sir.
That is fine, but I want to ask if whether A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1 can work. What is f
Yes,
of
sir.
A?
No, sir, because it's f of x 0.
First of all, f of A will be 0, so it is not giving you anything because the question is asking to find the positive root,
Yes, sir.
right? So,
And sir, also condition of bisection method not fulfilled yet. Yeah.
yes,
So we can also take pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2.
that is also true. So, anything, so if I take say pi by 2, so then what will be f of A? Something positive, that we are sure, right? Sorry. Let me correct. F of A will be less than 0, right?
Negative, sir. Pi by 2
Yes,
minus 2.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And f
negative.
at 3 pi by 2 will be positive, right? So, this interval can work. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Okay,
Yes.
my internet connection got disconnected. So, what will be your n in this case? A and B. See, it is quite hard when you take this type of radial expressions, right? Because pi by 2 is already 1.73 and 3 pi by 2. And then we want to apply bisection. So, try to start with the integers. That is my recommendation to you. It is not a bounding thing. You can start with integers, or at least some good decimal, say 2.5, 3.5, 1.5.
So
And
1.5.
okay, if we take, hello, yeah, so
Yes,
see,
sir.
I'm not discarding this example. A is equal to pi by 2, B is equal to 3 pi by 2. What I'm saying is, try to start with some A and B that can be helpful to you guys only, because at the end of the day, if we are here to find some solution which is approximately up to 10 to the power minus 3. So probably we need to do at least 8 to 10 iterations depending upon your interval. If you choose your interval large enough, then n will be very greater. So try, what my recommendation is, try to take some interval whose length is say a comma b if I'm choosing. So such that b minus a should be say 1, 2, such kind of length, so that your iterations will be very less. So but my recommendation is you can take say a to be 3 by 2, b to be 5 by 2, because for this case you can already recall this that n is will be 10. You will need to have 10 iterations to get solution approximate up to 10 to power minus 3. Again, it is not a binding thing. You guys can start with any numbers a and b which just satisfy this condition. F of a into f of b is less than 0. Okay. Am I going a little fast?
No, sir.
Okay. So can I assume that question 2 can be done now?
Yes, sir.
Or is
Yes.
there anything to discuss here? We have our f of x, we have our interval a comma b, but my recommendation is you can start with this interval, but you can definitely start with this a is equal to pi by 2, b is equal to 3 pi by 2, any kind of interval. Okay, and n will be over 10 for this interval. I'm not sure about this. A is equal to pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. We have to do all those calculations. That will be b minus a will be our pi upon 2 to the power n should be less than 10 to the power minus 3. So n will be greater than log. What will be n? I am doing the calculation here. You guys can do also do 3 pi. So it will be 3 plus log of pi upon log of 2. N has to be greater than this, right? Is this unclear? This
So how gonna we
where
know that f of b is positive by calculator?
which f of b? F at 5 by 2 or f at 3 pi by 2?
F of 5 by 2.
Yes, see, that you have to do by the calculator only. If I tell you the exact value, f of a is minus 0.495, f of b is 1.3031. So that is why I am telling you that you guys will be provided with the calculator, because you can't really guess what should be the value. You guys, what you can understand is 1 and 2 you can see, because you know the behavior of f, sine of x, right? So when sine of x, when you take x is equal to 1, so sin x is strictly less than 1, because 1 is less than pi by 2 and sine is increasing. So that how you can have a sort of idea. So if I am say it is pi by 2, it is pi. So you know that graph will be something of this sort, right? It is not the perfect one, but you guys can have a feel ki something of this sort we are having. It is my one, right? And sin x is less than x.
So this equation has only two roots. One is positive and one is negative.
Which one?
And sin x minus x is 2 sin x minus x.
One root is 0, right? Always.
Yes, sir. Sorry, three roots are there. One negative, one positive, and one zero.
That I need to check, but it might be. I haven't gone in that direction, so you can just see f of x is x minus 2 sin x. So f prime x is nothing but 1 minus 2 cos x, right?
So
By
here
graph
n
we can
should
see.
be 12
Can you
as n
repeat your
is greater than equals to 11.6 something.
when n is equal to pi by 2 and b is equal to 3 pi by 2?
So when pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2 also we got n is greater than 11 point something, and when we have a equals to 3 by 2 and b equals to 5 by 2, then also.
Okay, but when I take a is equal to 3 by 2, b is equal to 5 by 2, then n will be greater than 3 upon log 2, right? Let me calculate what will be 3 upon log 2. Log 2 is our 0.3010, right? but it is coming out to be 9.96. If I'm not wrong.
Sir,
Yes.
here log 2 has base E now. Then
No, but I am taking log with base 10. I will take, right?
10.
Because what I'm saying is we have 1 upon 2 to the power n is less than 10 to the power minus 3, right? So what do we mean? 2 to the power n is greater than 10 to the power 3. So if I'm saying it to be 3, taking some log, so I'm using log with base 10, right? Then only it will be 3. With base e, it will not be 3. So you have to take log, same log both sides. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay, so n will be greater than 9.96. In this case, e is equal to 3 by 2, e is equal to 5 by 2. So basically n should be at least 10 iterations. Okay. So are we clear with question number 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, proceed to question number 3 then. Without solving, I am not saying you to solve. Just af- just with looking at the intervals, tell me in what interval we can find the root by bisection method. Is any interval guarantee you with, if I'm saying minus 3 comma 2.5, there might be a root here, but can bisection method guarantee that root?
Sir, not. So both are positive values.
In B, what about B?
The B may be, sir, not convergent.
Right. C,
C may be not convergent, only D part.
okay. In D, let me check. At minus 1.5, it is coming out to be positive, and at 1.75, it is coming out to be negative, right?
Yes, sir.
So only in D part we can guarantee a solution. Although you see that minus 1.5 comma 1.75, it's some more or less is included in all the interval except C, but still bisection method is not able to guarantee you a solution in A, B and C part. Fine.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So tell me what should be fx in question number 4.
Sir, x cube minus 25.
Right. So with x cube minus 20, x cube minus 25, can we solve this question? Okay, so let me ask you another question thing first. Is everyone clear why should it be x cube minus 25?
Yes,
How
sir.
did we get that function fx to be x cube minus 25? We are clear with that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with fx is equal to x cube minus 25, can we solve question number 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm asking you again, all of you, is there any doubt till question number 4? Any kind of query? Okay, I assume that the answer is no then. So is question number 5 doable? Read question number 5. Can we do it? first of all check whether we will have a solution in the prescribed interval. If yes, they are asking the number of iterations. So tell me what should be the number of iterations.
Sir, 15.
15.
So 12.
12,
Yes,
sir.
12.
12.
So I don't know who said 15. So what mistake have you made, brother? It is log 3000 upon log 2, right? Please recheck your calculation. Although when you do 15 iterations, you will surely get the solution approximately with 10 to the power minus 3 approximation. But the minimum number of iterations should be 12.
So this is we are calculating for which method? Bisection.
Bisection method.
Yes, sir, 12.
Okay. So everyone got question, answer 12 to question number 5.
Yes, sir.
Proceed to question number 6. First of all, tell me, okay, there might be a typo here if I see. So A should be in between minus 1 and 0, okay?
Yes, sir.
So minus 1, we have minus 1 less
Yes,
than
sir.
A less than 0, and 2 is less than B is less than 3, and fx is equal to sine pi x. So we know that its root in these interval can be x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, and x is equal to 2, right? So how, if I talk about its A part, they are saying A plus B is less than 2, okay? So they are asking it to which point why it will converts. They are saying if I take A plus B is less than 2, say A is I'm saying 1 by 2, and say B is I'm taking 5 by 4, okay? Sorry, A to be minus 1 by 2. So it is satisfying all the condition f of, sorry, I am doing something wrong here. If A is negative, then we know that B has to be less than 1 first of all, right? We can't cross B is equal to 1. Can you get that?
Yes, sir. B lies between 2 and 3.
Okay, sorry. Make a mistake. Sorry. So B lies between, I'm sorry for the trouble.
Can be 5 by 2.
So A plus B is less than 2. So minus 1 is less than 0. So we can't change this. 2 is less than B is less than 3. So for the timing, if I take A to be minus 1 by 2, then what can be my B? B can be at most 5 by 2, right? So for the time being, let us take 9 by 4. Can it work? Does
So
this
this
make
can work.
sense? Yeah. So they are saying if you start with such kind of interval, A is equal to minus 1 by 2, B is equal to 9 by 4, then our root will converge to 0 only. You know that in this interval, when this is 0,
We take integer.
this is 1, this is 2, 3 minus 1. So minus 1 by 2 is somewhat here, and 9 by 4 is somewhat here, right? So we have 3 roots, right? But it is saying that the root is converging to 0 only. Can you guess why?
Yes, sir. As a plus b is less than 2, then a plus b by 2 is less than 1.
right?
Then,
So
sir,
a
f
plus
of
b by 2
a
will
plus.
be less than 1, first of all. Second thing, a plus b by 2 is greater than 0, right?
This implies
We
f
have.
of a plus b by 2 is greater than 0.
So our x1 will be somewhat here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in this interval also f is positive. In 0 comma 1 f is positive, right? f x f of x is greater than 0 when x belongs to 0 comma 1, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is why the root lies will lie between minus 1 by 2 comma a plus b by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So there is only one root in this interval now, which is 0. Are we clear? Why the root will convert to 0?
So can you repeat the last part?
Yeah, I can. See, we are saying a to be something in between minus 1 and 0, and b is in here, and a plus b is strictly less than 2, okay? So
Yes,
my
sir.
x1 is a plus b by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
By bisection method. So it will be strictly less than 1, right? And since minus 1 is less than 0 and b is greater than 2, so a plus b is strictly greater than 0. This implies x1 is strictly greater than 0, right?
Yes, sir.
So x1 will lie in this interval 0 comma 1.
Yes, sir.
So my new a will be my new a will be a only. I don't care which a I started with, something less than 0. But my b will be x1, right? Which belongs to 0 comma 1, right? And f of a is less than 0, f of p is greater than 0. So since condition of bisection method is fine here in this interval, so we will have a root, and there is only one root in between a and b now, which is 0.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So question number 6, a part is clear to everyone now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so can we do b part?
Yes, sir.
So here a is a, b belongs to 2 comma 3, and a plus b is strictly greater than 2. So x1 is strictly greater than 1, right?
Yes, sir.
But you know that a plus b is less than 4 also. It can't cross 4, even it is less than 3 even. So a plus b by 2 is less than 3 by 2, right? If I start with a is equal to a, b something this, then my x1 with the condition that with a plus b strictly greater than 2, then my x1 will belongs to 1 comma 2, right? Is this x1 clear?
Sir, please repeat.
Yeah. Say we have a to be a, which is in minus 1 comma 0, right?
Yes, sir.
And b belongs to 2 comma 3, and we are given that a plus b is strictly greater than 2. Okay. So my x1, which is a plus b by 2, will be strictly greater than 2 upon 2, which is 1. This implies x1 will be strictly greater than 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And a is less than 0, b is less than 3. This implies a plus b should be less than 3. This implies x1 should be less than 3 by 2.
Yes, sir.
So my x1 is in between 1 comma 2, where f of x1 and here f of x1 is strictly less than 0.
So x1 belongs to 1 comma 3 by 2 होगा ना?
3 by 2,
But it is
1.5.
already contained in 1 comma 2, right? 1 comma 3 by 2 is a subset of 1 comma 2.
Yes, sir.
I am taking 1 by 2 because in this interval my function is not changing its sign. That's why 1 comma 3 by 2 is perfectly right. So my new a will be what? What will be my new a and b? A will be x1 and b will be
B.
right. So it is in 2 comma 3. It is in 1 comma 2. So in 1 comma 2, so if we have this 0, 1, 2, 3. So if my a is here, b is somewhat here, then my root can be but 2, right? There is only one root in this interval now. Fine. Is this convergence part clear? Why will it converge to 2 now? Are we clear with this convergence?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. So similarly, we can do C part also, where a plus b will be 2.
Yes, sir.
Because the very first iteration will give you the root. X1 will be 1, which is a root. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there were only 6 questions which were related to bisection method. So are we clear with all the 6 questions which is related to bisection method? All the questions, all the subparts?
Yes, sir.
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Hanji,
Sir, question number repeat.
question number which?
3.
Question 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, in question number 3, we are given f of x is equal to x plus 2, x plus 1 square, x minus 1 cube, x minus 2, right? So if I take my a, which is given to be minus 3 comma 2.5, fine. So they are giving me a to be minus 3 and b to be 2.5. Okay. So what will be my f of a? See, it is less than 0, it is greater than 0, this is less than 0, this is less than 0, and this is less than 0 at minus 3. Fine. So negative, 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 negative. So f of a is positive, right? I'm not concerned what will be the exact value of f at minus 3. I'm concerned about the sign of f of a. This is the beauty or plus point of bisection method. You don't need to explicitly calculate what is your f of a or f of x. You just have, you are just good with the sign. Okay. And when b is equal to 2.5, so this will be
It's
positive,
alpha. Yes, sir.
positive, 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 positive. So f of b is again positive. So what we are having f of a into f of b is positive. So bisection method is not, will not converge. Fine. Similarly, if I proceed to b part, then minus 2.5 comma 3 is equal to minus 2.5. At minus 2.5 negative, okay, it is square here, positive, negative, negative, negative. Again f of a positive, and for b is equal to 3, f of b will be positive because everything will be positive. So again bisection method will not converge here. But if I take my d interval, which is given minus 1.5 comma 1.75, and a is equal to minus 1.5. So when it is minus 1.5, this one is positive, this one is positive, this one is negative, negative, and negative. Q. So f of a is negative, right? And f of b, which is 1.75, so one at 1.75 it is positive, it is positive, it is positive, and these two are negative. So f of b is greater than 0. So f of a into f of b is less than 0. So root. There exists a root by bisection method. So is question number 3 clear to all of you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think that you guys have done with Newton's method. So
So f of b will be negative.
in what? Where?
So d part.
F of b will be positive now, because this is positive. Here it is positive. Here it is positive. Here it is negative, and here it is negative. Negative into negative positive.
So 1.75 minus 1 positive.
So sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry. I made a slight calculation error. So it is less than. So okay. So in all the deep parts, we will not have any solution. Sorry, my mistake. In all the D interval, we will not have any solution. We can't grant any solution. Although we might have, but we can't guarantee. Thank you
Sir,
for
f of
pointing
a
it.
will be positive.
Sir, मैं कहाँ गलती कर रहा हूँ sir? F of A is
सर
minus
एक बार चेक करिए
1.5, right?
yes, sir.
It is negative only, sir. X
Okay,
plus
okay,
2 will be positive, x plus 1 square positive, x is negative, then negative
okay.
and negative.
ठीक sir.
Sir, if in any question interval is given, then a and b are fixed.
Yes,
We have
if
to
they are
take.
giving some interval, then you have to start with those A and B only.
So there you have shown that question graphically, as we know that what are the root of sine pi x. Shouldn't we show by bisection method that where the iteration goes?
I didn't get you. Can you repeat your question?
So in question number 6, you have
Yes,
shown that if a plus b is less than 2, then
yes.
the roots will be 0 where they converge. So here we are not showing by bisection method. Like
No, we will show it. But I'm saying it, there is only one root in this interval. Or you can
that
say
is
that the root will exist in between minus 1 by 2 and a plus b by 2, which is something c. Okay, so if I'm going with a part and I'm saying it to be c to be a plus b by 2, which is less than 1, so after first iteration, I can claim that my root will exist in between a comma c. Okay.
so that's okay that we know uh, that root will be converged to zero, but we have to show if they ask where this converges, then that is okay. But they want to show
Okay. So see,
like
you can't really.
we have to make iteration like, and
Yes, you
then we
have
have
to
to show.
make the iterations. That is true. But here the question was asking ki I'm not telling you the exact solution ki okay, if you do this many iteration you will get, because see, you don't know A, you don't know B, you don't know even C, so we can't really help ki okay this will be our solution, fine, or this will be number of iteration. If I am known with A, I am known with B, then I can of course move.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so the thing is, the question is asking where does it converge. So if there is only one root in some interval, the root bisection
No,
method will
no,
surely
sir.
converge to
They
that root.
they are not asking where this converges. They are asking show that this converges to this point.
Yes, so what I'm saying is if I'm using A to be something minus 1 comma 0, okay, and B to be something in 2 comma 3, and although they are giving me A plus B is less than 2, okay, so if you ask me, sir, I want to have a convergence for 10 to the power minus 1 10 to the power minus 4 approximation, then also you can do, because after one in, because the length of the interval is at most 2. So here my n will be 2 upon, if I'm saying is 2 upon 2 to the power n is less than epsilon, then also my solution will be my approximate solution x star, sorry. So what I'm saying is if my a plus b is less than 2, then also I can, and I want my approximate solution xn to be as close as such that x star minus xn is less than epsilon. Okay, then also you can do, because if you can find some n which satisfy this, then b minus a upon 2 to the power n will surely satisfy this. So number of iteration you can claim after these iteration it will converge. So
Okay, sir.
in bisection method we are not granting the root, we are just granting the convergence ki okay it converge to this root, it will converge to a root, but we might not explicitly get the root. Okay, it is not true that in the bisection method will surely give you the root. It is going to, it can go very very close to the root, but it may not give you the solution, exact solution, right? That is why we are saying it to be approximation method. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so if I'm saying that it is converging to zero, so what you need to show is zero is the root, okay, and somehow your interval is going to be containing only zero. So if my interval is something which is containing only zero, and I can apply my bisection method in that interval, then surely my bisection method is going to converge to that root only. Okay, so what I'm saying is if f is some non-linear function, x star is an exact root. Okay, so x star might be given to you or might not be given to you. But if I'm saying that okay, x star is an exact root, because in sin pi x you know what is the exact root. So I'm saying if x star is an exact root and x star belongs to a comma b, such that f of a into f of b is less than 0, and x star is the only point, is the only root in this interval. Okay, that's what I'm claiming. Then surely bisection method will converge to x star. Okay. But if in some interval we have say two roots, then directly we can't really say कि okay bisection method will converge to this root only. Initially, in the first instance, you can't say, but after doing certain number of iterations, you can see कि your interval is getting shrink your interval is getting very shrink. So in neighborhood, uh, so it will after certain iteration, the neighborhood, the open set will only contain a single root. It can't contain more than one root. Am I making sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you assume that we are clear with the bisection method at least?
Yes, sir.
So we are already used our time. So do you guys have a class or you want to continue?
Sir, we
Any
have a class.
might
So we have
okay,
a class.
Yes.
okay. So let me keep it till here. So I think I forgot to mention my name. So I am Ritesh Singla. So if you want to contact me at any given point of time, this is my number. You guys can note it down, or you guys can email me here. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You guys can leave now.